Hello guys, and welcome to how to do some bubble glazing. So my lovely seals that I made the other week, I'm going to try and do some bubble glazing on today. Now I have done it this way before using glaze, they're brush on glazes, but they've nearly run out. So I'm using what's left of all my teeny tiny little bits that I've got left in the bottom of all my tubs, so that they're out the way and they're done with, another way of clearing out my workshop. I'm using all different shades of blues and greens, and I thought that'd look really nice on the seals. So I'm going to show you how to make it. Now, I would normally, in a normal circumstance, do this with underglaze, but I've run out of underglaze too. Isn't this fun? So also, the noise in the background is my husband is building the shed. I know, isn't things so strange at the moment? Anyway, so I'm going to use fairy liquid today instead of, I'd normally use hand soap, but again, we've run out of that. So I'm going to use a little bit of fairy liquid, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of water, and then I'm going to bubble blow with a straw. So I hope you enjoy this. Bye. So the first colour I'm going to use is this very pale blue. It's called Robin's Edge, and as you can see, as I'm stirring it up, it's just got the dried dregs of the tub with some little bit of hot water, which has now gone cold. And I'm going to put a little bit of soap in, and then I'm going to add a little bit more water, and I'm going to stir it up. Now, I don't really want to be able to see the bits of soap bubbling in it. Okay, put my spoon to one side, grab my trusty straw, and I'm going to try and blow bubbles. There we go. Now, I'm just going to leave that for a minute to soak in. As you can see, this one's a very pale blue, so you won't actually see it too well, but I've got some of the darker blues and greens, which as the layers build up, you'll see more colour. Okay? Right, so the first lot has dried. If I try and bring that up so you can see how the lovely little bubbles are all showing on it. Now, I'm going to turn them all a little bit, because it's important that you keep them turned so that you've got different amounts of bubbles and colour in different places. So I'm just going to adjust how some of them lie. And I think this time we're going to go for a bit of green. So I'm just going to again stir it up a bit. There we go. Ooh. Now, if you were inside in your studio, you wouldn't really want a splash, but it doesn't really matter out here, and if a little odd splash on these particular seals will actually probably do them a favour. So a little bit of fairy liquid, a little bit more water, and stir that up. And off I go with the straw again. Ready? Remember, blow, don't suck. Now, if you have a look at the angle that I'm doing this, so the pot is angled and the straw is sort of going in the furthest corner. So you're not sucking, don't suck. So you're blowing the air up the side and over the top. Of course, there's also wind because you're outside, so that adds to the fun. Oh, cool. Right. So we'll just let them slowly pop for a minute. If I bring the camera over so you can see all those lovely bubbles. Right, so I'm going to use a slightly darker blue now. Now, I don't want this one to go absolutely everywhere. I want this one to be more little placings of it. So I am going to move them around again. So I'm just stirring it up. You have to re-stir your glazes all the time. I'm sure everybody who's used to using glaze realises that. But they sink to the bottom because a lot of the particles are very heavy. So you have to re-stir all the time. Otherwise you might be missing a bit. So with this one I'm going to try and be a little bit more precise. So I'm going to move again. Oh dear, my dogs are getting cross with each other. Right, so I'm going to adjust how some of these guys are placed. I think that one's all right. How about this one? It's got good coverage. This one I think might keep getting missed a bit, so I'm going to adjust where he is. And that one I want it on a bit on his belly. Right, so straw in. Now you want your pot angled like that, and your straw goes in at that angle so that it's as far away from your hand as you want. So you're blowing up this side and over the top. Right, ready? See, I'm being a little bit more precise this time. Because it comes out as a much darker colour when it's been fired. I don't want it to overwhelm all the colour we've already put on. So I want to try and leave bits that haven't got it. And over here. Oh, running out of puff. Okay, a little bit more on this one, I think. Awesome. So I'm going to let those ones dry. I mean, you can get your straw and pop them a bit if you want, but I find you get a much better result if you leave them to slowly pop on their own. Okay. Right, one more set of pale blue over the very top, and they're all the actual way up that they're supposed to stand now. And this is just one more little bit over the top, and then I'm going to call this a day. I think I may have accidentally bobbled the dog. Never mind. I enjoy this far too much. Right, now I'm actually just going to take a couple of little bubbles and put them on his head and see what that comes out like. So that's that last of that blue definitely gone. I'm going to let these guys just pop, and I'll show you what they all look like before they go in the kiln. Right, so here's the little seals. all their bubbles have popped on them, and I hope you can see where all the little bubble patterns are. Oh, that one's a very good example. And when they go in the kiln, all the colours will get brighter and shiny and will look fabulous. So next, I'm going to very quickly bubble glaze my turtles. Now, on their flippers and heads, I have already painted a celadon green in glaze, which looks grey now, but glaze has changed colour in the kiln. And I'm just going to glaze their shells with the bubbles, and then I think that'll be enough for a kiln load. Thank you. Hello, so here is the finished article. They've all come out the kiln looking rather lovely. They've got beautiful bubble patterns on, and they're just lovely blue-grey seals, and gorgeous little lovely shells on the turtles. I'm really very pleased with how they've come out. So there they are, and very pleased with them. Bye.